Today on OC News, we cover a fatal shooting that took place in Santa Ana, leaving a 15-year-old hospitalized.
Israeli soldiers raided offices of news network Al-Jazeera during a live broadcast.
And Cal State Fullerton's student government, ASI, is offering scholarship awards to current and continuing students.
All this and more coming up on OC News.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts over the years.
Blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to our first newscast of the 2024 fall semester. I'm Omar Portillo.
And I'm Lena Naranjo. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton.
Police are looking for a suspect after a man was killed in a Santa Ana shooting. The shooting happened yesterday around 3:30 p.m. in the 400 block of West Camille Street. 20-year-old Steven Garcia was pronounced dead after arriving at the hospital, and a 15-year-old victim was injured. But according to police, he is expected to survive. If you have more information, contact the Santa Ana Police Department or Orange County Crime Stoppers.
Israeli troops raided an Al-Jazeera office in Ramallah last Sunday. Troops ordered for the closure of the office located in occupied West Bank. The raid happened during Al Jazeera's live broadcasts. Soldiers can be heard on camera ordering the office to be shut down for 45 days. Al Jazeera staff were only given 10 minutes to grab their personal belongings and cameras before vacating the office. This is the second seizure of Al Jazeera office, as just 5 months earlier in May. Their East Jerusalem office was raided by Israel police. These raids have promoted the United Nations to condemn Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
An off-duty firefighter was arrested Friday morning under suspicion of starting 5 fires in Sonoma County. 38-year-old Robert Hernandez is being accused of starting fires over the past 6 weeks. These fires were started while Hernandez was off-duty. Fortunately, the fires were put out quickly and there was minimal damage. Hernandez was booked to Sonoma County Jail under arson to forest land. Cal Fire thanks the public for tips leading to the arrest.
ASI introduces new scholarships for the spring 2025 semester. Viridiana Salgado has more on the story.
Associated students recently opened the application window for 75 scholarships, which will be distributed in spring 2025.
So a lot of the categories for these scholarships are very specific. A lot of them are just to give out a helping hand for like minority groups, like specifically like people who are immigrants or just the less privileged overall. So yeah, we just wanted to really help them out because college is hard and it's really expensive for a lot of people. So, you know, it just really helps them out, honestly.
There are eligibility requirements you can find under each scholarship at asi.fullerton.edu. To apply, you can go to InfoReady, where you will respond to essay prompts regarding why you want the scholarship.
Any kind of boost for students is really beneficial, especially now with tuition increasing and parking increasing, food, like everything is getting more expensive. So anywhere that helps financially for students, I think it makes a stronger impact than a lot of people think.
The application deadline is October 14th, and students may expect to hear back by the end of this fall semester. I'm Viridiana Salgado reporting for OC News.
On OC News, drop, cover, and hold on. California adds another earthquake to the list.
And another heat wave is on the way to Fullerton. Stay tuned.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Summer is ending, but Fullerton is heating up once again. Ethan Lopez has more on the weather.
Thank you, Lena and Omar. Good afternoon, fellow Titans. Here's your weather report update for today. Starting off with current temperatures, we are experiencing a mild day with temperatures of reaching a high of 79 degrees and expect sunny skies the rest of the afternoon. Tonight, temperatures will drop to around 62 degrees, so you might want to grab a light jacket if you're going outside or a blanket if you are staying. It will be pretty mild to finish the school week with low 80s, but temperatures will get hot, unlike my Dallas Cowboys. At the start of next week, in the 80s and sunny, or 90s and sunny. And do not, repeat, do not put those shorts away and get yourself a pair of these. Remember to stay cool next week, Titans. Back to you guys at the desk.
A recent string of small earthquakes continue to strike in Southern California. Jonathan Bindi tells us how we can be better prepared for a possible high-magnitude earthquake.
Southern California Earthquake Data Center recorded 7 earthquakes with a magnitude of 4.0 or higher in the last 30 days. Some may believe that small and frequent earthquakes are concerning, while experts say otherwise. Earthquakes are the sudden movement of fault lines within the Earth's crust. A slip from released pressure between different tectonic plates causes the surface to move.
Having small earthquakes can sometimes lead to enough stress being built up in another region for a large earthquake to happen. But it's not always a 1-to-1 ratio, which is why we can't say small earthquakes in Pasadena mean a large earthquake on the San Andreas Fault.
While scientists can't predict the magnitude of an earthquake before it happens, some smartphone apps can alert you when seismic activity is happening in your area.
MyShake is a good way to get a couple of seconds advance notice, as long as you're not on the epicenter, that an earthquake is coming. That gives you the seconds that you need to conduct proper earthquake safety.
Proper earthquake safety referring to avoiding standing under a doorway or running for an exit, but rather trying to find a desk or a table, getting underneath, and specifically either holding the supports or covering your head so you can brace for impact.
While the feeling of an earthquake can definitely cause panic, the modified Mercalli intensity scale states the risk for injuries or fatalities generally doesn't occur unless it reaches a magnitude of 5.5 or higher. Being prepared, even by just a few seconds, can potentially save your life in the face of uncertainty. This is Jonathan Bindi with OC News.
Up next on OC News, Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball is set to have a new owner in the next coming days.
It's Fiesta time. We're celebrating a month of Hispanic culture. All this and more coming up next.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
And now we'll swing it over to sports, where Anthony Mendolia has updates for Cal State Fullerton men's soccer, women's volleyball, and Shohei Ohtani's historic home run ball being put up for auction. Take it away, Anthony.
Thank you, Omar. And you're right, we've got exciting news today relating to men's soccer, women's volleyball, and one very pricey home run ball. First, let's head to the pitch, where Cal State Fullerton's men's soccer team went on the road this past Sunday and secured a huge 2-0 win against 15th-ranked San Diego, handing the Toros their first loss of the season. This is the second time where the Titans have beaten a nationally ranked opponent on the road, as they also defeated the at the time 6th-ranked UCLA Bruins back on September 5th. The Titans got goals from junior defender Jalen Belong and senior midfielder Eric Serrano, while goalkeeper Braden Limes was named the Big West Defensive Player of the Week. The Titans look to continue their 6-match unbeaten streak as they wrap up their non-conference schedule tomorrow night in Las Vegas against UNLV. Women's volleyball opened up conference play last night against UC Irvine and fought hard, but ultimately lost in 4 sets. The Titans won the second set 25-19, and the set included a 7-0 run as well as 2 aces from Lila Traylor. The Titans unfortunately lost the other 4 sets of the match, but put up a valiant effort. The team is about to embark on their first road game in conference play as they will play Hawaii this Saturday night. And finally, for any Dodgers fan out there who has some spare change, well, good news for you, as Shohei Ohtani's historic 50-50 home run ball is about to be auctioned off to the highest bidder. This high-priced collector's item has been consigned to Collectibles Marketplace of Golden, and bidding will begin Friday. Bidding for the baseball will begin at, wait for it, $500,000. And buyers will also have the option to buy the ball outright for $4.5 million. Wow. The baseball is the one that Shohei Ohtani hit to become the first player in MLB history to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases in the same season. Ohtani and the rest of the Dodgers are gearing up for postseason play as they only have 5 games left in the regular season. And that's all we have today from sports. Elena and Omar, I'm sending it back over to you.
This year's CSUF cheer squad may be the first to compete in Daytona Beach this February. Reporter Emily Wilson has more on the story.
Cal State Fullerton cheer performs during timeouts at basketball games. They hype up the crowd at athletics marketing events. But this season's cheer squad could be the first at CSUF to compete in Daytona Beach for the National Cheerleaders Association College Nationals this April.
Daytona is like a cheerleader's dream to go. Everyone wants to go to Daytona. So of course we're all excited, and I think that's honestly giving us that little extra push that we need to make sure that, we're doing our best, we're giving 110%.
The cheer team competed for the first time since 2017 in Anaheim last February, placing 4th in their division. This summer, they earned a bronze bid to Daytona in Las Vegas. The only thing standing in their way for the trip to Florida? Funding. Cheer isn't an official sport within CSUF athletics, so they don't receive the same funding that other teams do. But they're still motivated to find a way to go to Daytona. Cheer captain Kana Hoydich joined the team her freshman year. Since then, she and her teammates have advocated for cheer to make its return to competing.
Over these past 2 years, the support from our coaches and the actual drive from the athletes, seeing that change in people was really interesting to see, because you can see the skills grow.
Head coach Omar Moreno cheered collegiately for UC Irvine, but he never got to compete there. He's trying to be the coach that he never had in college.
We're trying to encourage the athletes to just be obsessed with cheer
because that's what is going to get us to where we want to go, and to just build the overall just program, the environment, and cultivate a great team just atmosphere.
Cheer will continue practicing before ramping up for the competitions. This is Emily Wilson with OC News signing off.
It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and one of the best parts of Hispanic culture is the food. Lina Naranjo has more on this special month.
Unity, leadership, and celebration. These are just a few traits to describe Hispanic Heritage Month.
Guadalajara's my soil, my everything. I go there all the time. I try to. And I'm representing my cousins, my uncles, and everybody. And
Diego Morales, owner of Alegro Tacos, opened up his taco bar in Fullerton just 7 months ago. He says it wasn't an easy journey, but having the opportunity to give back to his community is his motivation.
When you feed the people of your city, it's kind of like, it gives you the motivation to keep doing it. So, and I really love feeding people. I really love making good food, and that's the motivation every morning, to feed the people of your city. They come and eat, and they're happy, I'm happy,
Alegro Tacos offers a 20% discount to all students. His goal is to give them a taste of real, authentic Mexican food, specifically from the heart of Guadalajara.
I'm hoping they're loving it, they're filling their little stomachs up.
Students at Cal State Fullerton encourage others to seek and support local Hispanic-owned businesses around the area.
I think all students know that Hispanics, when they cook their food, it's the best.
Hispanic Heritage Month means so much more than just celebrating the culture and history, but it's to highlight the hard work and dedication that's helped bring the Hispanic community together here in Fullerton.
I thought it was like a dream, I couldn't believe it.
Owner of Casa Rositas, Rosa Ayala, enjoys being able to share a piece of Michoacan with her community, thanks to neighboring schools.
It's something like schools or anything, we always like to contribute to the community, especially if it's schools, because that's how I started my business, at a school.
Rosa uses her story of trials and tribulations to encourage others to follow their dreams.
Just have God in their heart, and they can make anything possible.
With bringing joy and meaning, Hispanic Heritage Month enriches the importance of family and food in Hispanic cultures. Reporting from Fullerton, I'm Lina Naranjo with OC News.
Well, I don't know about you, Omar, but after watching that, now I want some tacos.
Yep, I was looking for some food after today's show, and I think I know just where I'm going.
Yep. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning into our very first newscast of the fall semester. We have one more show to come in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. I'm Lina Naranjo.
And I'm Omar Portillo. Be sure to check us out and give us a follow on our social media platforms at OCNewsCSUF on Instagram and at TitanTVCSUF on YouTube. We will see you all next week.